The 1971 All-Star Game. This year the game will be held at Tiger Stadium. Detroit also hosted the All-Star Game in 1941 and 1951. The custom Topps cards shown here are from the custom baseball cards page of Facebook. Here are the National League coaching staff. From the Cubs, Leo Durocher. From the Dodgers, Walter Alston. And from the Expos, Gene Mauch. The National League reserves. From the Atlanta Braves, pitcher Phil Niekro. Second baseman Felix Millan. And outfielder first baseman Henry Aaron. From the Chicago Cubs, outfielder Billy Williams and pitcher Fergie Jenkins. From the Cincinnati Reds, pitcher Gary Nolan, outfielder Pete Rose, and third baseman Tony Perez. From the Houston Astros, pitcher Jack Billingham. From the Los Angeles Dodgers, pitcher Bill Singer, and outfielder third baseman Rich Allen. From the Philadelphia Phillies, first baseman Willie Montanez and catcher Tim McCarver. From the Pittsburgh Pirates, pitcher Steve Blass. From the San Diego Padres, pitcher Dave Roberts. From the San Francisco Giants, pitcher Juan Marichal. And from the St. Louis Cardinals, outfielder Matty Alou, infielder Ted Sizemore, and pitcher Bob Gibson. And now the National League manager for this year's All-Star Game from the New York Mets, Gil Hodges. And the National League starting lineup. Batting first, the right fielder from the San Francisco Giants, Bobby Bonds. Batting second, the center fielder from the Los Angeles Dodgers, Willie Davis. Batting third, the shortstop from the Los Angeles Dodgers, Maury Wills. Batting fourth, the left fielder from the Pittsburgh Pirates, Willie Stargell. Batting fifth, the first baseman from the San Francisco Giants, Willie Mays. Batting sixth, the third baseman from the St. Louis Cardinals, Joe Torre. Batting seventh, the catcher from the San Francisco Giants, Dick Dietz. Batting eighth, the second baseman from the Los Angeles Dodgers, Jim Lefevre. Batting ninth and warming up in the bullpen from the Los Angeles Dodgers, Don Sutton. And now here are the American League coaches. From the Chicago White Sox, Chuck Tanner. From the Detroit Tigers, Billy Martin. And from the Kansas City Royals, Bob Lemon. The American League reserves. From the Baltimore Orioles, outfielder Merv Rettenmund. Pitcher Pat Dobson. Pitcher Jim Palmer. Pitcher Mike Cuellar. And second baseman Dave Johnson, who was voted as a starting second baseman, but he is on the disabled list. From the Boston Red Sox, shortstop Rico Petrocelli, and outfielder Reggie Smith. From the Chicago White Sox, pitcher Wilbur Wood, pitcher Tom Bradley, and infielder Rich McKinney. Rich McKinney is replacing Dave Johnson on the American League roster. From the Cleveland Indians, Greg Nettles, third baseman. From the Detroit Tigers, catcher Bill Freehan, pitcher Fred Sherman, and pitcher Mickey Lolich. From the Minnesota Twins, outfielder Cesar Tovar, shortstop Leo Cardenas, and pitcher Bert Blyleven. From the New York Yankees, outfielder first baseman Felipe Alou, and first baseman outfielder Danny Cater. Danny Cater is on the disabled list. From the Oakland A's, pitcher Vida Blue. And from the Washington Senators, outfielder first baseman Frank Howard. Frank Howard replaces Danny Cater on the AL roster. And the AL manager this year from the Minnesota Twins, Bill Rigney. And now the American League starting lineup. Batting first, the first baseman, Carlos May from the Chicago White Sox. Batting second, the second baseman from the Minnesota Twins, Rod Carew. He's starting in place of Dave Johnson. Batting third, the center fielder from the New York Yankees, Bobby Mercer. Batting fourth, the right fielder from the Detroit Tigers, Al Kaline. Batting fifth, the left fielder from the Baltimore Orioles, Don Buford. Batting sixth, the third baseman from the Chicago White Sox, Bill Melton. Batting seventh, the shortstop from the California Angels, Jim Fregosi. Batting eighth, the catcher from the Oakland A's, Gene Tenace. Batting ninth and warming up in the bullpen from the Oakland A's, Jim Hunter. And throwing out the first pitch this year, Detroit Tigers legend, Charlie Gehringer.